Okay, I'm going to try this again. I tried it just a minute ago, and I think had a little problem. I'll show you that blooper video at the end. So I'm in Blackboard. I'm using Screen-O-Matic, which captures anything and everything that I do on the screen, which is a good tool, and I'm going to show you that as well. But I'm going to log into Blackboard first. And this brings up, of course, your home screen. To navigate here, we're going to go into classes. Everybody will have this same screen. When you go into classes, what we've already done is we've already created Owsley County Innovative Classrooms. We've created a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade class. So as you can see here, the teachers are Kim and Holly, and of course I've made myself a teacher in the 4th grade class. So I'm going to go into the 4th grade classroom. Couple things here I wanted to show you. First off, in our 4th grade classroom, we've already built content folders for arts and humanities, practical living, career studies, writing, and then I've built a test folder. The way those folders are built is you simply go into build content. You would go to content folder, and if I wanted to create a new content folder, I would simply create, this would be test folder 2, and then I could give a description down here, and I could call it whatever, testing 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. So when I submit that, of course you can see here that I now have test folder 2. Once you have these folders developed, you can go in these, and if I go into the arts and humanities, when I open it up, you can see at this point in time the folder is empty. But when I do this, I can now upload anything, whether it be an item file, any type of file, audio, image, video, web link, any of these things that I wanted to do, I can do. Also, there's ways you can do assessment. We've really not got to that point, but also tools, which are discussion boards and those type things. I'm going to go back and back to our folder, and I'm going to show you in test folder 2 where I've already done a couple things here. So the first thing what I did in test folder 2 is I went into build content, and of course I said I wanted to do a web link, so I went into web link. And I said that I had looked on YouTube and I'd found this video that I wanted kids to watch, and of course all I did was go on there a minute ago and I just did a search, and it was one of the first things that came up. But I just simply typed in the name of that. So if I wanted to do like a test here, and then of course, if I open up another browser here so you can see, if I just did YouTube, if I go into YouTube, there's tons of different videos. All kinds of different things. If we wanted to watch the dance off between these two kids, it's kind of the new thing. Watched this on the news last night. All I would do is just go into it, wait till it came up, and as soon as it did, I would go up to the top. I would just copy and paste the URL. I would go back into that, and then I could simply just paste that in here, and then I could say here, dancing. And of course I would just scroll down, and then I could submit that to and when I put that in, you can see here that it's here, so I could go into it and test, and it would link directly to that. So if I go into that, it goes directly to that link. So it's just a way, if there's anything that you want your students to watch, you just upload it that way into Blackboard. Another thing that I did here, and I think I just closed out Blackboard, so let me go back into Blackboard Learning here real quick. Alright, and I want to go into classes, and I want to go back into my 4th grade class, and you can see here, so in my other test folder, you can see I've already put an Ohio State video, which if I click on that, it's just going to simply... But after the students, this is an 8-minute video, the students watch Ohio State Marching Band. As soon as that video was done, what I've done next is I went into Tools, and I went into Discussion Board, and I decided that I was going to link to Discussion Board page. And what I did here was I did Next, and it gives me a discussion board topic, and so I would put in here some type of discussion. And let's say, for instance, we just watched that last video and I wanted them to talk about the Detroit dance, or I'm going to say who won the dance off. can put down here, describe your favorite dance move. Okay. And this is just something, again, where I'm just doing this just to show you the features and how it works. So you can see here, now we have that, and you could click on that and it will go on immediately to the discussion board. I'm going to use this one that I created earlier. This is discussion of performance, and of course this would be the Ohio State Marching Band. If they had watched that video, they could then go into what are the 3 elements of the marching band utilized, post your response. So what they would do here is they would do discussion, the discussion board. They would go to create thread, and then they would simply go in here and they would answer the question that we just did. So they would say, we'll do marching band, and I like the when the band played Lion King. I don't know. I'm just putting that in there. So they would then submit, and of course it's just like anything else. You can see it's published by me, and now if you're creating a new thread, they would create new threads, and if they're going to respond to that, they would simply click on that thread, and then they would hit the reply. So just a very neat feature in Blackboard. It's a way to get kids interactive in ways. These are things with our Snowbound pilot that you could do interactive things at home, posting videos, posting assignments, PowerPoints, anything like that. Then they could go on a discussion board and they could very easily do some discussions. Also things like blogs, wikis, those type of things. I don't know how familiar you are with those. A wiki is something I think the kids would really like, and that's especially like if you did groups and you wanted the students to together create a document, whether it be a summary or a story, in which they all could contribute to that story. And again, if you go into like tools and you wanted to do a wiki, you would simply just click on that. This would add a wiki, so you would create a wiki. I would say I'm going to create a new wiki, and let's say that, for instance, that we just want to write a story, and again, just some things here, and then I'm not going to do a description on this. What happens in a wiki is it's open to editing, open to commenting. So students, once it starts, they go into it, and I'll open this up and I'll show you. And we have it successfully created. So let me go out and see if it's in there now. So I'm going back to the home page. And we have our, it didn't connect. So I need to do that again. Let me go back to that again. So wikis. We want to link to a wiki. We want to create a new wiki. I'll put that again, write a story. We'll submit. And that's the one we're going to link to this. And we're going to next. And submit. This should get it up. Okay, so here we are. Now we have write a story. So what I would do now is if the students wanted to go in the wiki content, and what happens is I start the story and I can just type a bunch of stuff here, and then I submit. Okay, I do chapter 1, and then I submit, and then that creates the wiki. Now the wiki's created, and then all I want to do is the next person that comes along, when they go in this, they would edit the wiki, and then they go to edit wiki, and then whatever I type comes up, and then they are just going to now add to whatever is that we have added, and they submit that, so person 2 could do that, and so on and so forth, and they continue to build a wiki. That's how Wikipedia is constructed. Again, it's something neat, something different for kids. If you ever had an opportunity to do something like that, these are just ideas on how we can use Blackboard, but also how we can do innovative things. Again, hopefully we've talked a little bit about Snowbound before we went into this, so you should be familiar with that. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to save this file, and hopefully I'm going to try to upload it to Blackboard, to YouTube, and so you can actually see how I did that, and how you can also use this Screenomatic software, which is free, to capture things you're doing on your whiteboard and record lessons. Math, I'm doing a math problem, it's complicated. I could record that, take a snapshot of that, post it on Blackboard, and then the students have access to that. So if you have any questions, just ask me. I should be there. So if not, I'll see you later. Thank you.